Hi friends, this is Lama from Confessions of a PhD Survivor. Today I wanted to make a little bonus video to talk to you about something I think every PhD student has Googled at least once. Supervision during PhD. Because let's be honest, your supervisor is the single biggest influence on your PhD experience. They can lift you up, hold you back, confuse you, or accidentally creates the kind of research trauma you joke about but secretly feel. And because nobody teaches us how to spot good supervision, consider this video a tiny act of public service. So grab a paper, grab a pen, or just pretend you're taking notes like in a lab meeting, because we are about to dive into the very unofficial, extremely peer-reviewed checklist of 6 signs your supervisor might be allergic to mentoring. Sign number 1, communication black hole. If your supervisor likes to disappear mid-conversation or answers a 10-line email that you took 15 minutes to shape with "yes, okay," well, these are clear signs of poor communication skills. And that has real consequences until you're basically waving your arm around like, "Hello, is anybody steering the ship with me?" Because here's the truth. Without active listening and real verbal communication, a PhD becomes less a training program and more like a guessing game. Sign number 2, feedback that arrives late or changes every time. Delayed feedback is annoying, but inconsistent feedback, that's emotional cardio. One week your draft is excellent, the next week the same draft needs major revisions, and the week after that they forgot they ever saw it. Here's the truth. Students don't need perfect supervisors. All we want is a supervisor who answers on time and doesn't change the whole story every week. Sign number 3, frequently busy and unavailable. Look, supervisors are busy, we get that. But when you and your project are constantly pushed to the bottom of the priority list, that's not busy, that's absent supervision. You end up doing the mental gymnastics of motivating yourself, planning by yourself, troubleshooting by yourself. Basically, doing a PhD as a one-person show. A supervisor doesn't need to be there every day, but they do need to show up when it counts. Sign number 4, no support for your professional growth. This one hurts because it affects your future self. A good supervisor opens doors, conferences, collaborations, new skills, new labs, new people. He will help you take a seat on bigger tables, join bigger discussions, to start to build your name as a scientist and your path. A not so good supervisor keeps you in your tiny academic bubble. No visibility, no network, no opportunities. And no network equal harder PhD, harder postdoc, well, harder everything. Sign number 5, zero effort towards a healthy lab environment. If a supervisor stays inactive when there is a conflict, if they are too busy to fix recurring issues, and if building a healthy lab culture is always tomorrow's problem, trust me, the whole team feels it. A supervisor doesn't need to be a therapist or an HR department, but they do set the tone that defines your lab's dynamics. And this is not done by saying a few words at the beginning or at the end of lab meetings, if you know what I mean. Poor environment costs talent, passion, and scientific quality. Sign number 6, unrealistic expectations. If your supervisor expects you to be productive on zero training, available at all times, publishing like a machine, never struggling, never slowing down, that's not ambition, that's delusion. A healthy supervisor understands the curve. Students learn first, improve seconds, produce third, and not the other way around. Alright, and before we start giving our scores, a tiny reminder. Nothing beats a supervisor who enjoys supervising. Guiding someone isn't just paperwork and signatures. It's a privilege of empowering someone to think freely, and maybe push the word's knowledge one tiny step forward. And these signs aren't here to attack anyone. They are here so students can name what they are feeling and stop carrying it alone. Alright, moment of truth. How did your supervisor score? Count 1 point for every sign and drop your score in the comments below. Not to complain, but to start a conversation about what good supervisors should look like. See you in the next one.